Hey, it's Tyson, and in today's quick episode, we're exploring the concepts of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, which I actually think is a crucial topic that is absolutely essential to understanding how we approach our work as law firm owners. Before I get into this topic, just as a reminder, if you have something you want me to cover on the Saturday show, just shoot me a text and I'll try to cover it. Just text me at 314-501-9260. We had a lot of great suggestions after last week's show, and if I can get to all of them, I certainly will. But just the other day, Mark Carlin, he's an attorney in California. He's in the Guild, and he made a post in the Guild that essentially said, owning a law firm is hard, and it is so true. We have so many things on our plate, especially the attorneys that are not just managing the firm, but also practicing law at the same time. It can be extremely difficult. And if it's just you running the firm, then that's also really, really hard. It's very, very stressful. You have a lot of mouths to feed. But I was reminded of this when listening to Andrew Huberman. He's a neuroscientist at Stanford University, who said, you can tell yourself the effort part is the good part. And he emphasized that deriving pleasure from the effort is a powerful aspect of dopamine. And conversely, though, working hard at something solely for a reward can make the effort more challenging, which I found to be very, very interesting how, and we're such a reward-based system that it was sort of a really surprising thing. But the topic of finding pleasure and effort over external rewards, it's not a new topic. Psychologists have studied this for several years, and how external rewards can sometimes diminish our intrinsic joy. And there's this study where they took children and they had them do these drawings, and then they started to reward these children for drawing. And what they found is that they found less intrinsic pleasure from doing the drawings, from doing this activity after they were being rewarded. And they gave them things like a star or things like that, or a piece of candy to have them draw. And it's a really interesting thing. And it's a good lesson for me in parenting, where you don't want to reward your children for doing certain things like they like to do. Just let them do it because they enjoy to do it. But the lesson here is that external rewards can sometimes overshadow that innate joy of doing the task. So what is it that we can learn from this in the legal field? Well, if we solely focus on the outcomes, like winning a case, and trust me, we all see these other firms. Sometimes they have these great successes, and comparing ourselves to others is another thing that we shouldn't do. But by focusing just on, getting these great outcomes, we actually may miss the pleasure in the journey, that the intellectual challenges that you have, the collaboration that you have, the growth that you have. And, the growth mindset that Jim and I encourage quite often, that growth mindset, which is it's a term coined by Carol Dweck. This encourages us to find satisfaction in the actual effort, not just in the achievement. And by focusing on this continuous improvement, we can actually enhance performance and enjoy the process. And I try this sometimes, where if I'm doing something difficult, I just say, I enjoy doing this. Even if I may not, I'll tell myself, and it does change my mindset on it. And for those of you that are David Goggins fans, as an example, his dedication to finding this fulfillment and challenges, it really does illustrate how effort itself can become a reward. He talks about it on a regular basis. So really, what's the takeaway here? Well, focus on the activity itself. Enjoy the research. Enjoy the crafting of the arguments. Enjoy the late nights. Enjoy the teamwork that you have. This shift in the perspective can lead to personal growth, firm growth, and really just a more fulfilling legal career and a life. As lawyers, as law firm owners, or really anyone in the legal field, I think changing the way we view things can really change the work that we do. And by embracing the intrinsic joys of our profession, we can really unlock our true potential. And that's really the challenge that we face. We need to challenge ourselves to look beyond these external rewards and find that joy in the process, the pleasure in the effort, and approach our work with really renewed purpose. So, but that's all I have for us today. Just as a reminder, I want you to check out next week's episode. Text me if you have any other topics you want me to cover. Next week, I'm going to talk about mastering the top 3, how to set and execute your most impactful goals. Until then, remember, imperfect action will always beat perfect inaction. Take care.